Have you ever opened up a trading platform and felt like you were trying to read a completely different language? You are definitely not alone. Margin trading has its own world of jargon, but don't worry. In this explainer, we're going to make you fluent. All right, let's just jump right in with a bit of a mind bender. How on earth is it possible to control a $10,000 trade with just $200 of your own money? Well, the answer is a concept that's at the absolute heart of margin trading. And that concept is called leverage. It's this incredible tool that lets you trade with way more capital than you actually have. But, and this is a huge but, it's a double-edged sword. Leverage will magnify your profits, which is awesome, but it will also magnify your losses, which is not so awesome. That's why understanding these terms isn't just a nice to have, it's your #1 defense for managing your risk. So let's start right at the beginning. Before you even click buy or sell, there are a few key numbers you've got to get your head around. Think of these as the building blocks, the foundation of your trade. First up is your balance. It's exactly what it sounds like. This is simply the total amount of cash sitting in your account. It's your starting point. This number doesn't really change much, only when you deposit or withdraw money, or when you finally close a trade for a profit or loss. Next, we have margin. Now, if leverage is like getting a loan to trade bigger, then margin is your down payment. It's your good faith deposit, the collateral you have to put up to get access to that leverage. It's the bit of your own money the broker holds on to. And that brings us right back to our opening question. To trade that $10,000 position, the broker might have, say, a 2% margin requirement. Well, 2% of $10,000 is $200. That is the required margin you need to put up to open that specific trade. Okay, so what if you have a few trades open at once? Well, you just add up the required margin for each of those trades, and what you get is your used margin. It's the total amount of your money that's currently locked up, keeping all your positions running. So you have your total money, and you have the money that's being used. What's left over? That, my friends, is your free margin. And it's exactly what it sounds like. It's the money that's free and available for you to open new positions. It's your remaining firepower. Okay, we've got the basics down for setting up a trade, but now for the exciting part. Once your trade is live, a whole new set of numbers comes into play. These aren't static anymore. These are dynamic, changing in real time with every tick of the market. This is your live account dashboard. The first thing you'll see flickering on your screen is your unrealized P&L, or sometimes it's called floating P&L. P&L just stands for profit and loss, and it's unrealized because, well, it's not actually your money yet. It's the current score of your open trades, and it's constantly changing as the market moves. Now, that floating profit or loss directly impacts your equity, and equity is maybe the most honest number in your account. It's the real-time, right this second value of everything. It's your starting balance, plus or minus whatever your open trades are doing. Your balance might be fixed, but your equity is always on the move. Now, out of all these numbers, balance, equity, margin, all of it, there is one that is, without a doubt, more important than all the others combined. This is the ultimate health meter for your account. And that number is your margin level. If you remember only one thing from this, make it this one. Think of your margin level as the fuel gauge for your entire account. The formula is simple. It's your equity divided by your used margin, shown as a percentage. This one number tells you everything you need to know about how you're doing. Let's make that really simple. Say your equity, your real-time account value, is $5,000, and your used margin, the money that's locked up, is $1,000. Well, 5,000 divided by 1,000 is 5, so your margin level is a very healthy 500%. The higher this percentage, the more breathing room you have. Of course, we all know trades don't always go our way. So what happens when your losses start to pile up and that margin level percentage starts to drop? This is when we enter the danger zone, and you absolutely have to understand what happens next. There's a very clear path of escalation here. A trade moves against you, which makes your equity fall, which in turn causes your margin level to drop. If it drops far enough, you'll hit a margin call, and if it keeps on falling, you'll hit a stop out. Now, this is so important. A margin call is a warning. It's a yellow light. Your broker sets a specific level, maybe 100%. If your margin level falls to that point, an alarm bell goes off. You're blocked from opening new trades, and the platform is basically shouting at you, hey, you're getting dangerously close to having your positions closed automatically. People get these two mixed up all the time, so let's really nail it down. A margin call is the warning light on your dashboard. A stop out is the system taking action. It's the difference between seeing a low fuel light and the engine actually shutting down on the highway. A stop out is the broker's safety mechanism.
If your margin level keeps dropping and hits an even lower number, the stop-out level, the system just takes over. It will automatically start closing your trades, usually starting with the one that's losing the most money. It has to do this to stop your account balance from going negative.
Whew, okay, that was a lot, I know. We've gone all the way from opening a position to watching it in real time and even through the emergency procedures. So let's just pull back and put all these pieces together. I think this quote kind of frames it perfectly. In trading, survival is everything. The goal is to stay in the game. And to do that, you have to manage your money and understand the language of risk, which is exactly what your trading dashboard is trying to tell you. So let's think of it as your trading dashboard one last time. Your balance is your starting cash. Your equity is what you're worth right now. Use margin is your collateral. Margin level, that's the big one. It's your account's health meter. The margin call is that flashing warning light, and the stop out is the automatic emergency brake that keeps you from crashing. And that's really the whole point. This isn't just about memorizing vocabulary. When you speak this language, you understand what your platform is telling you. You can manage your risk properly, and ultimately, you can trade with way more control and confidence. So you now have a map of the dashboard. You know what all the signals and gauges mean. The only question left is, are you ready to use that knowledge to navigate the road ahead?